the original form of cooking when you think about it. I mean, that's cast iron pots, thousands of years, that's what we've used. If it works, don't fix it, but not necessarily, because what we did with our cast iron, we made it completely nonstick. You're gonna love this. It's charming, it's old world, it's the best value of the day. Here we go, our today's special. Man, I love cast iron. You know, is there anything better than a cast iron pot? When you think about it, it's one of the best vessels to cook anything. There is no pan out there that gives you better heat distribution than cast iron. The issues with cast iron in the old days, it's tough to season. You gotta scrub it with steel wool every time you use it. You gotta do this, you gotta do that. Not anymore, because Kitchen HQ, which is our proprietary brand here at HSN, they gave us a version called the HQ Elite. This is a 4-quart nonstick cast iron casserole. Not only do you get the big casserole pan, but the lid, which covers it so you can bake anything on this, even bring it over to the fire if you want. The lid also becomes your grill pan because it's got grill grids on it on the inside. You get both pans today for a value of not $80 or $90, $39.95 with reduced shipping and handling, only $13.32 on your credit card or our HSN credit card. If you get a brand new HSN credit card, we'll give you $20 off, making this $19.95. Unbelievable from top to bottom. When we designed this, we said, you know what? The foundation of cast iron is amazing. Best conductor of heat, virtually. No, not virtually. It's indestructible. The stuff, you cannot hurt this stuff. You can't scratch it. You can't mess with it. It sears in flavor. Oven safe to 500 degrees. You can't say that about most cookware.
No, sir.
All-in-one cooking, and I'll tell you, the results are amazing. The nonstick properties are better than anything I've ever seen. My very good friend, chef, all-around good guy, Mark Gill is here, my brother.
Happy holidays, brother.
Hi, buddy. Happy holidays.
I'll tell you something. 2019 was an exciting year for me because it's the first time me or anybody got to say non-stick cast iron cookware that you can put in the dishwasher, the sink, or you never have to season. In the world of cookware, this is the flying car. All right?
Yeah, it really is.
Over the past year, we've introduced quite a few pieces in our Kitchen HQ line of non-stick cast iron cookware. And you know what? As you're watching us here, if you're by your computer, your iPad, your phone, go ahead and flip around and look at the comments that people are making on our non-stick cast iron cookware line. We've got about 100,000 pieces out there this year, and the 5-star reviews are absolutely rolling in. And this by far is probably my favorite piece, and here's why. There's so many things you can do with this guy, all right? So before we get into the non-stick and the easy cleanup and all that, let's just talk about the functionality of it, because let's be honest, I mean, this is fantastic. We're gonna give you that base 4-quart casserole pot. Now, you can use this like you're seeing here for your soups, your stews. 4 quarts is 16 cups, so you know you're gonna feed an army, right? Now, the lid that it comes with, or the top, have a look here, is actually a grill pan. Most Dutch ovens, when you look at the inside of the lid, have those little nubs. Have you ever seen those? A little kind of, it's like a textury thing. There's a reason for that, and I'll show you here in a minute. So condensation builds up and falls back down to the food. So I'll show you that in a second. But in the meantime, have a look at this, all right? This is that perfect cast iron steak. Listen, in the early 80s, a funny thing happened. We invented that kind of glass bottom, non-stick, really convenient cookware. You know what I mean? Some of it's ceramic, some of it's Teflon, some of it has a PTFOA, PFA. Ours is free of all that. But what it doesn't have is that texture, that depth of flavor, that unbelievable reason that we've been using cast iron for 3,000 years. It's older than the wheel, okay? So when something is that good, to get away from it, we forget why we loved it so much. Well, you know what? Let me remind you just for a second, because it's right here. It's that unbelievable caramelization, that crust, those incredible grill marks. And what that does, when you make a cast iron pan, you pour the iron into a sand mold, you bust that sand mold away, and you're left with the iron. And you're left with almost like a fingerprint individual identifier for the pattern on the bottom of that. And every time you cook, every time you leave your family's signature, it's fantastic. Now watch this. When you take the lid and the pot and you put it together, and you know what, Guy, you and I are gonna make it rain here for a second. Watch this. I'm just gonna hold this up, and I want you to watch what happens under this lid. You ready? There's all that condensation that slowly drips down off of the ribbed top. And the reason that we love Dutch ovens is because we get to free up counter space. Look what we've done here, you guys. A beautiful giant pot roast with room to spare. So I'll tell you what, I got my chili going here. I got my steaks finishing up in that garlic butter and shallots and chives and all that one. By the way, you will never see a restaurant advertise that they're cooking your steaks on copper. At the end of the game, no one's going to fight you for your copper. Everybody wants the cast iron. So I'll tell you what.
It's the way to cook.
Absolutely.
Really,
we have so many colors today to choose from. It's fantastic.
Want me to go over?
Absolutely. We'll meet you back here for some more fun stuff.
Let me go over and I'll show you all your choices today. We do have it traditionally in the black. So if you want black cast iron, we have that available for you. And remember, when you order, you get the pan and you get the lid as well. Down here is red, which is one of the most popular colors. I love it. My cast iron at home is red. I love that color. But remember, you have that beautiful nonstick on the inside. If you want different colors, we have them for you. So up on top here, this is called teal. This here is called taupe. Down below here, we have plum. This is rosé. All right, a little bit lighter than the taupe. Down here is silver, which I think is the coolest color of all time. And then it also comes in the blue. And what I love too is, remember, you're getting 2 pans. When you're baking in the oven, when you're doing a slow cook day, if it's a Sunday and you got a pot roast or meatballs in there, remember you can sear your meatballs either on the lid, or you can sear the meatballs inside, or you could do both, right? Have some meatballs going in here and some in there. Then take these meatballs and dump them in, put your sauce and your basil and your little balsamic I like in there as well, and put the lid on like that. Now, once you put that lid on, you bring this to the oven. You know, you can put it up to 500 degrees.
Absolutely.
But you can also slow cook in this at about 325 for like 4 or 5 hours. And cast iron is going to hold that temperature solid locked in. No hot spots. Remember, it's not paper thin. It's not a metal pan. This is cast iron. I mean, metal, but not like stainless steel. It's a different type of iron, or a different type of formulation. It holds onto heat, and it gives you the most incredible results you've ever seen. We're going to show you some of the things you can do.
Absolutely.
And some of the ways that you can enjoy this. And unlike a lot of cast iron on the market, this is easy to handle.
I love this. We put the handles in the right spot. We've made it the right weight. It is cast iron. It is substantial, but you can get it around your kitchen. We made it 10 inches, not 14. You know what I mean?
Well, some of them weigh 40 pounds.
It's insane. So now you mentioned the thickness and the fact that you can do so much with this because it holds that temperature. That's one of the things that cast iron's famous for. So have a look here. We brought these sidewalls up a full 5 inches. We kept the construction the same top to bottom. It's not like we thin it out on top and forget all the materials that made it wonderful and just made the bottom a cooking surface. So I got to tell you something. When it comes time for using this pan for all kinds of different purposes, you're going to love it. The more you experiment with it, the more you're going to discover why everybody that I've given this pan to over the past year has absolutely, even my crotchety New York, I'm angry about everything father-in-law guy, loves his pan. He can't stop talking about it. And deep frying is one of my favorites. We got a big setup outside in the backyard, lots of grills, lots of things. I put this on my grill. I get it nice and hot. I'm frying while I'm grilling. If you're an outdoor guy, you're going to love this.
Love it.
You know what I mean? And how about this? Bet you didn't expect to see this guy. This is caramel in a cast iron pan. And can you see what's happening here? It's literally tearing away from the cast iron. I'm just going to give it a stir here. When's the last time you ever saw that kind of thing in a cast iron pan? But because we can regulate the temperature, because it's so perfect, now you've got the ability to do some really fun stuff that maybe you haven't done in the past. So let's go ahead this next Christmas, next birthday, next Halloween, and let's go ahead and make some homemade caramel apples. We'll get a little Christmas dip here, and this is just the funnest thing. And because it holds the temperature so perfectly, I can just kind of leave that on there. Everybody can go back, do their own thing. So we've got our candied apples. We've got some Nashville hot chicken going here, and let's head back to what we've been talking about here, okay? So I'm going to take my steaks, and I'm just going to put them over here, let them rest, right? Don't you ever let me catch you cutting a steak as soon as you take it off a pan. You and I love words, all right? So here's where the magic starts to happen. It's easy to cook. Cooking's the fun part. It's when you have to care for these and clean these and be cautious of what you're doing. So here's the first moment that Grandma would run out and hit you on the hand with a wooden stick. Watch this. If you put wine in her cast iron or anything acidy and citrusy, and let me tell you why. In order for a cast iron pan traditionally to work well, like I said, in cookware, this is the flying car. What you'd have to do is season this. And if you went and did something silly like I just did and put acids or wine on it, well, you got to reseason it. That means that after you cook your dinner, you got to cook your pan, which just doesn't make any sense. But with ours, you have to remember, for the first time in 2019 here, would you mind moving that wine for me, Guy?
Sure, bro.
Right there. What we've been able to do, I'm going to need it later, by the way. What we've managed to do is make this whole experience non-stick, virtually no maintenance. So let me join you back over here and just have a look at the bottom of this, because I've always said, no matter how good the results are out of something you're cooking with, whether it's a pot, a pan, an appliance, it doesn't really matter. If it's hard to clean, you will never touch it again. Well, look at this. Your eyes aren't deceiving you. Don't adjust your set. This is cast iron that I just put wine in, that I just wiped with a dry cloth.
Look at that.
You're going to be able to do this the first time, the 10th time, the 1000th time. We've been using our pan outside in the backyard for a year in the Florida weather, and it is a champion. You're going to love these.
You are. And by the way, we are doing flex pay for you today, which makes it easy. So down there, when you see our discounted price, $39.95, it's only $13.32 on FlexPay. It's reduced shipping and handling of only $5.50. You're gonna get this thing home and you will have it not only the rest of your life, probably your kids as well, because this doesn't go anywhere.
Exactly.
It is virtually indestructible cookware, okay? This is a piece you'll hand down, not only because of the way it's made, but the way it reacts with everything, right? Or doesn't react with everything, I should say. It's just solid cookware.
Exactly.
When you need to do meals when you're feeding 4, 6, 8, 10 people, go to your cast iron. When you need to sear something and get that even browning, when you're making a pot roast, right? If you've got the time, and you don't need to do it in an hour, you got a great pan that's gonna slow cook that in the oven for hours. And when it comes out, it's self-basted because you got the lid. And the lid is unlike any other lid you'll ever see. And look at the sauce, velvety,
absolutely beautiful.
Perfect.
And the size, the capacity is fantastic. I'll remind you again, I'm a big guy, I stand next to cookware, sometimes it doesn't look as big, but I gotta tell you something, this is 4 quarts, that's 16 cups. You can feed a lot of people with 16 cups. And here's where it matters, Guy, right here. I'm just gonna take a pause, have a look at the bottom of this pan. Doesn't matter how good that pot roast is, doesn't matter how great that beef shreds apart. If I gotta scrub this for 3 hours, you're never having pot roast again.
Let me tell you something.
Have a look.
I had
incredible.
I had
Absolutely
an old pan
incredible.
that had some ceramic on the inside.
Yep.
And you still had to get steel wool out to clean that pan. I mean, it was unbelievable. These are completely nonstick. We never say that usually with cast iron. First of all, because cast iron, normally you cook over long periods of time and things just burn on it, right?
Exactly
Does
right.
it? Look at the meat.
Well, and with cast iron, it's energy efficient cooking too, because what's beautiful about cast iron, because it grabs that heat and holds that heat, you don't have to crank it up to high.
Totally.
Right? You can leave it at that medium. Come on
it.
over here and let's have some more fun. And we're gonna have a little bit of a Mexican night. Like, before we do.
What's
the
that?
Dutch baby's ready, isn't it? Oh,
right,
you ready for this?
Go to the ovens,
Okay,
Mark. Go to the ovens.
Now, originally, cast iron cookware was meant to be by an open fire, right? Just a big piece of metal with 4 little legs on it. And then what ended up happening was, as we kind of progressed and we made stovetops and ovens, we cut the little legs off and we end up with our ovenware. That's why you can get this up to 500 degrees without any trouble at all. So what I'm gonna do, Guy, can you grab me a plate just kind of down there? There we go, we got we got one? Oh, we got one. Sorry. Can't put a Dutch baby on a cork.
There's about a million different chefs.
I know, right? So let's watch this for a second. This is actually really kind of cool. I'm gonna grab this. I'm just gonna help this out. And this is a Dutch baby pancake. Now, what's cool about this is this requires even heating all the way around or it doesn't work. It's almost like a Yorkshire pudding, okay?
Yeah.
So on Christmas morning, go ahead, pop that in there. It takes about 5 or 10 minutes. I think there's 3 ingredients in here. It puffs up in that pan perfectly.
Wow.
And you've taken, again, this technology that's 3,000 years old and you've put it to work not only to be able to create these dishes that we remember from childhood and how good they are, but look at this. There's no cleanup. It comes right out. It couldn't be simpler, couldn't be easier. When Guy points and stands still, that's good stuff.
That's really good.
Hey, I took it out of the oven.
That is, yeah, you did take it. That is really good. You know what though? Bottom line is, when you're doing something delicate like that, you need even heat.
Sure.
Like you put that in a regular saute pan, put it in the oven, it's gonna be burned on the bottom.
A little on the bottom, raw on the sides. But when you've got cast iron, and you know this, listen, you know that cast iron cooking is the best way to cook. I don't have to tell you that, right? History's told us that. It's older than the wheel. It's been around forever because the results are perfect. Well, let me tell you something. When it comes time for performance and non-stick and kind of that easy cleanup and that get the meal done so we can get out of the house, we're reaching for that that cookware that we compromised on. Sure. That has that glass kind of bottom. We lose that texture, we lose that flavor, and we lose the ability to just have some fun. So I've got some cheese melting in there, which again, you'd never do in a cast iron pan, all right? And I'm gonna do a little bit of fun with nachos here. Next time you make nachos, instead of that tray, I want you to go ahead and I want you to grab your 4-quart Dutch oven, use the bottom here. We don't need the grill lid for this. A little bit of cheese, and then a little bit of chips, and then a little bit of cheese, and then a little bit of chips. And along the way, if you're a carnivore, you can throw in a little bit of chicken, a little bit of beef. And what's fun about this, it's almost like a takeoff of soup can nachos. And the soup can nachos are great because the can is small and the heat will distribute evenly. And when you turn this over, you get this great big gooey mess. But what's cool about this is I'm doing it in a nice big cast iron pan. So as I'm putting this in the oven, let me remind you, 500 degrees, and the reason we cap it off at 500 is because we've made those colors perfect for you, and we want to keep them that way, okay? The 500 degrees isn't for the cast iron, the 500 degrees is for those colors. So remember when you're baking, whether it's breads, whether it's desserts, whether it's cakes, whether it's pies, whether it's anything that you love to do, maybe it's a little bit of a bread for the bread bowl here in our fresh pot of chili, everything is gonna turn out like you expect it to. Not like you want it to, but like you expect it to, because when they put these recipes together, when they have these time-honored traditions, they're using classic, incredible cookware. And what we've learned here, again, in 2019, is that our customers absolutely are loving the non-stick cast iron that we brought you. Again, since we launched this with one of our first fry pans back in January, we've got almost 100,000 people that have said yes to one piece or another. They're leaving their reviews. The results are in, and I gotta tell you something, this is one of the biggest runaway hits I've seen in my 20 years here.
Look at the steak. Oh, yeah, I think that's cooked perfectly.
Isn't it? Like I said, no restaurant in the world is gonna advertise that they're cooking your steaks on copper. They're gonna tell you that they're doing it on cast iron. So I'll tell you what, between the colors we have, the construction, a couple more dishes I got ready to get going here, you can't lose.
And you know, I find that, and Mark probably the same with you, but I find this as I use my cast iron, it gets better and better.
Of course,
and better because you do get a certain cure or seasoning of the metal itself. The more you use it, the more, I just think the better flavor you get. I think the pan gets warmed up, and it's that's why people keep their pans forever, because their pans have a history. Their pans have memory.
It leaves your family signature.
There's love in the pan.
Love in the pan. That's right. Exactly.
There really is.
So let's go ahead.
It's just great.
Get some pork medallions on there. That's going to be fun, just like that. As soon as we flip those with those grill marks, we're going to add some apples and some cranberries over here. Let's go ahead and get ourselves a little bit of chicken fajitas going. And then once these are all started, Guy, you and I are gonna have some fun with one of the biggest trending dishes, I gotta say, in the whole country. I mean, no joke, Nashville hot chicken has absolutely taken over. I know in the Tampa and Clearwater area here, there's a whole bunch of little favorites that have been opening up, and I mean, the recipes are fantastic. So let me show you my take on it, and this is one of those ones that I absolutely want you to try. This is one of our favorite dishes. This is one of the restaurants we drive an hour for. I don't drive an hour for nothing.
This stuff is awesome.
You gotta watch this. Okay.
Watch this.
So here's what we've done. Again, this pot is so perfect for deep frying because of the size of the sidewall, the way it retains and holds the temperature. So when we coated this chicken, we coated it with kind of the regular dredge, regular breading, but we added some cayenne pepper and a little bit of chili powder to it. And the reason that we do that in the breading is so that when it fries, you guys, it's gonna be a couple of little tips here to make some really perfect Nashville hot chicken. As it fries, that cayenne pepper releases itself into the oil. So here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna go ahead and you're gonna take 1 ladleful of the oil that you just fried the chicken in. You're gonna add it to these beautiful spices, brown sugar, cayenne pepper, chili pepper, paprika, unbelievable tastes and flavors. And what you've done now is you've made a glaze that takes that Nashville chicken and just brings it into another stratosphere. When you bite into that, there's just a snap with this and a bite that's unlike anything you've ever made. And I gotta tell you something, it feels a lot better to chow down on this when you made it yourself rather than driving 60 minutes and dropping 12 bucks a plate. And that's the kind of thing that proper cookware does for you. Look at that. That might as well be in a cookbook.
That is, and let me just tell you, when you take a bite out of that chicken, you'll know that it was made in cast iron. In fact, if you go to any of the famous Southern kitchens, and I've been to many of them, if you go in Memphis or if you go anywhere in the Carolinas, anywhere in the South, and you go and you get their chicken, it's done in cast iron pans.
Absolutely.
Okay? That's you know why? because that's how their grandma did it. That's how their mom did it, right? There is nothing like cast iron for doing fried chicken, all right? And yet, if you watch really good cooks in the South, they do everything in cast iron. They do like soft shell crabs, cast iron pan.
Absolutely.
Anywhere that you want to get a great crust and even caramelization without burning, cast iron's the way to do it, right? You get a great sear, as Mark said. I think they're economical because you can slow cook at the lowest temperature, and they hold that temperature versus a stainless steel pan where the temperature has to go up and down, up and down, up and down.
Exactly.
It stays locked in. That's why when you think about it, in the old days when they made heaters in homes, they were made of cast iron. Because they radiate. Remember the radiators? Because they held on to heat. They were more economical. I mean, they were a little dangerous because they were hot, but that's that. I remember being in school, in elementary school, and there was like live radiators right there. I'm dating myself a little bit, but you know what? We were never cold, man.
We were never cold.
Put your socks on them.
We were in danger, but we were never cold.
But you don't have to worry about that with this, because as we said, you know, it's got the built-in nonstick, so you're never gonna have to season it.
Right.
You don't have to rub it in oil. You don't have to put salt on it.
Exactly.
You don't have to worry about putting wine or any vinegar.
There are no rules. You know what? So often with cookware, as you peek into the back of whatever manual it comes with, all of a sudden the rules start to come out. Don't do this. Don't do that. Watch this. Yeah, basically, put it in a glass case and look at it. Well, have a look at this. This is real cooking. This is every day. Get it done right. And I got to tell you something that's so cool about this. I can go ahead and put these sugary additions in and know that is absolutely just going to fall right out when it's time to have this cooked. And what's lovely about this, talk about a nice presentation piece too. This is a great holiday dinner, you guys. Have a look at this. Those pork medallions are perfect. I've got my grill marks. We've got our chili still kind of bubbling away in the Dutch oven here. We've got our fajitas that are starting on the grill pan. Every time I order fajitas in a restaurant, absolutely love it. And the fact that we still have all of these colors is fabulous, Guy. I got to tell you.
They really are, and you're looking at the red. That, I think, is that the most popular, Kevin? Yeah, you're loving the red. You know what, I have red cast iron, that's what I have. I love it. Non-stick on the interior, you're never gonna have to deal with it again. You're never gonna have to deal with scrubbing. You know, and that was the issue why people didn't use their non-stick, because it's like, okay, use it. I gotta let it soak all day, you know, because it burns on the sides, right? You know, right around that 3-4 inch mark, where the food hits the side, it burns. It doesn't ever happen with this. You're gonna get 2 pans, not just one. Remember, we give you the body of the big cast iron pan. And remember, you know cast iron by the way it sounds. I mean, you know cast iron, right? It's got that great sound. Heavy duty, but not heavy, all right? You know, if this had been an 8-quart, probably be too heavy for you to handle. But I love that Mark and the gang decided 4-quart, because then they can still handle it, all right? Everything is solid. There's nothing riveted on here. This is all one piece of cast iron, okay? In addition to that, you're gonna get the lid that goes along with it. Now, the lid does double duty. It's a great lid just to fit over the pan. So when you're baking in the oven, or if you're using it on the fire, or whatever you're using it on, any stovetop, you're good to go. But notice inside, you also have the channels so you can use it as a grill pan. Completely flat on the bottom so you can put it on your stove and cook just like that, right? So if you want to do burgers, for example, you know, you're not going to use that for burgers. Use this for burgers. It's perfect for that. So this is black, comes in red. It comes in teal. This is taupe. It also comes in plum. This is rose gold down here. And the one that I would get, I love that silver. I just think it's really, really unique. You never see cast iron in silver. So that's a really, really cool color. And then if you want to get it in that beautiful blue, it's a cobalt blue, it's gorgeous, you can get that as well. I think I mentioned the plum. Plum's in the middle right there. And by the way, the plum, about 300 left if you want plum. The blue, they're all black on the inside, okay? And again, you know, Mark, what I love about this cookware is you buy it once, you have it forever.
That's it.
I mean, $39 for a pan, you're gonna have forever.
Like you said, it's generational cookware. When all is said and done, nobody is gonna fight you for your copper pan. All right. Sir. The one heirloom in my family is a 200-year-old cast iron pan. That's the one we got, and it's come all the way over from Scotland. I can't even think of the amount of family meals that have been made in this. But here, before we go, have a look at this.
Wow.
I went and popped that cheese in here to prove a point a little bit earlier. There's nothing messier than trying to scrub cheese off a pan. I want you to watch this really close. Next time you have a burrito or chimichanga, I want you to try this. Just go ahead and give that a bit of a wrap. Give it a bit of a turn. Make sure you've got the right pan to do this in, because what you've got here is one of the most incredible ways to serve a burrito that you've ever seen. So let's go ahead and give this one of these, and then Let's go ahead and just give it a little bit of a sprinkle like that. And I got to tell you something, Guy.
Wow.
Serve that up next time rather than just the plain old. You can turn a 99-cent burrito into a $14.95 fancy dish with the addition of about 80 cents worth of cheese and the right cookware. So let me put that there and just show you.
I bet that's good.
It's very good. Right?
Covered in cheese.
It's covered in cheese.
All right, but here's the thing. Look at a pan.
You know what? First of all, I mean, I'm going to show you the cleanup, but why? Because it's already there. Nothing sticks to this pan. I'll say it one more time as we look at our last dish here. Guys, in the world of cookware, this might as well be the flying car. It really is. This is non-stick, dishwasher safe, never have to season, cast iron cookware. You're getting the 4-quart, the grill pan lid, put them together, you got a Dutch oven. I love clearance day because, man, everybody gets to try this.
And for $39 for this pan is ridiculous. I should say pans because you are getting 2. You'll never have to buy a pan like this again. It's the perfect size. I know a lot of you said, you know, an 8-quart cast iron, what am I going to do with that thing? I'll use it twice a year. This you'll use all the time because you'll love the results and you'll love the versatility of it. It allows you to do so many different things. Get it today for as little as $13.32 on your credit card. Reduce shipping and handling. Just pick a color. Red is the most popular, but I still have all available as we're early in the day. That rose and taupe, those are beautiful as well, but grab it while you can. It's a huge customer pick on hsn.com. You can make yourself some hot chicken. Everything is delicious. There he goes. Mr. Gill, thank you, sir.
Oh, good.
It's so good. We'll be right back with more clearance right after this. Stick around.
We understand every woman's skin is unique. We offer real beauty solutions for individual needs of real women, empowering women to achieve healthy, radiant-looking skin, backed by over 30 years' experience, made from important ingredients combined with advanced science for affordable skincare that truly works. Change the story of your skin and your life forever. Genuine beauty begins with skin.
Everybody, we're going to get to our next item in just a sec, but I wanted to give you a quick heads up on what's coming up a little bit later. We had it on, I believe, yesterday, the day before, and people went crazy for our smokeless grill. It is the lowest price we've ever had on our Gotham smokeless grill. It's only $39, marked down from $55. If you want to grill, but you don't want to go outside, you want to grill indoors but without the smoke, this is a built-in vacuum fan that eliminates most of the smoke whenever you're cooking. So you can use it inside without having to go over to the stove and turn on all the fans. It's a great way to get a sear on a burger or chicken or fish or veggies without having to use your outdoor barbecue grill. It's brilliant, because a lot of times it's just for you, right? You just want to cook up a couple of burgers or whatever. You don't want to have to run outside. That's coming up a little bit later. But right now we're going to talk about our Ta-Da Over the Sink a roll-up drying mat and trivet. So I'll give you the background. I bought this probably about 8 months ago, 7-8 months ago when Chris came in. This thing is brilliant. It has so many different uses, whether you use it as a trivet or I use mine as a drying rack for my dishes. And I love it because it's super duper strong. It's steel reinforced. And today it is $10 off down to $14.95. Remember, fill up with clearance today and get free shipping once you spend $75. I know a lot of the shipping you're looking at, you're like, well, man, but the prices are all discounted so much that they cover that. But if you get everything you need, you're good to go. So when you order today, I have 3 colors available. It comes in this beautiful green. It also comes in this bright, this is like a pink. Magenta. We're calling it magenta. Thank you, Chris. And then I also have it in, this is, which one is this one called?
Green. Oh, the light gray.
The light gray. So light gray, neon green, or that beautiful magenta. Chris Kahatsu is here with us.
Hi, Guy. Good
Hello,
morning.
my dear. How are you?
And good morning to you at home.
Happy
holidays. Oh, my goodness.
Let me just tell you, it's brilliant.
It is so brilliant.
I had the nastiest little area, I would just put a towel down to put my stuff down when I would wash it. I use this as my rack for that. I also use it for a bunch of other things, but I love this.
Because it's so hygienic, it is clean. So let me break this down for you. What we've got in here is stainless steel reinforced rods, and they're encased in a high-grade silicone. So what that means for you is when you're washing your dishes, you'll wash and rinse them like you normally do, but when it's time to dry, you'll lay it right down on your sink like this, and then you'll place your dishes right on top and let them dry. So this becomes for you a space saver. And like Guy said, it becomes super hygienic and clean because you don't have that bulky dish rack that can't be cleaned. You don't have that dish towel that's waiting for bacteria. This is high grade silicone, which means it can go in the dishwasher. You can rinse it. You can keep your, save your counter space. And what the best part is like Guy said, we have multiple uses for this. It also becomes a great way to rinse and wash your fruits and vegetables. Look at this, a total space saver. So for those of you at home that have a sprayer on your sink, think about your fresh fruits and your vegetables. You can now do it right over your sink, total space saver, convenient, easy to use.
And it's the exact right size for any size sink.
It's perfect.
Because I have pretty big sinks and they fit over mine as well. And I know a lot of you are thinking, well, how does it do that? It's reinforced with steel. So even though it is flexible, when you straighten it out like this, it becomes very rigid across the top of the sink.
It sure does. It becomes so solid.
Yeah.
Now, because it's made from stainless steel, it's made from silicone, look at this. This is a really hot pan, and to prove it, I'm just gonna pour water in there just to show how hot it is. This mat out of silicone is actually heat resistant up to 450 degrees. So what it becomes is a trivet, or as I like to call it, a countertop protector. It is protecting the surface of your countertops. You can put hot items on here. You can bake on here. For those of us getting ready for holiday tables, if you have casseroles to bring to the table, you could actually line your table with this, put your tablecloth on top, and then protect your tabletop.
We had that big lasagna baker before, and you're not gonna put that on a trivet that big.
Nope.
You need one that's big enough to take like an entire sheet pan, like you said, cookies out of the oven, whatever it is. These are perfect for that. I bought it, and I bought it on a whim. I was just like, you know what, I think I'll probably use this, but I like I said, I had a hard plastic dish rack.
Those big bulky ones, right?
It was terrible. It was like
it sits on your countertop.
And it started to get mildewy once in a while.
You can't wash it. These go straight in the dishwasher. Look, this also becomes, if you place it right on top of a baking sheet, this becomes a roasting rack. That's how strong this is, and that's how durable and heat resistant the silicone is. So I've got breakfast meats on here. I can actually put it with a chicken, but what happens is when you put it on top of a roasting rack, all of that grease drips out onto the pan. This becomes one of those instant time savers because it goes right in the dishwasher. You don't have to soak it. You don't have to use a Brillo pad. You just put it in the dishwasher, clean and safe. I'm telling you, at this price, I would get a couple of these.
Buy more than one because essentially it's almost half price today at $14.95. And I'll tell you, I've used it, and everybody that comes over and looks at it, they're like, what is that? And then when I show it and I hand it to them, because you can roll it up and take it with you, and they're like, oh my gosh, it's like, it's steel in there. I'm like, yeah, it's really.
And all of our customers on HSN.com have given us 5-star reviews. You can just go online and see the reviews. People are have so many ideas, but it's holiday season, it's baking time. This is also a great way to line the shelves in your oven. Again, you can get a couple of these so that if you make cheesy casserole dishes and they bubble over, or pies and fruits that bubble over, guess what? You're protecting it. Remember, these again go in the dishwasher, easy cleanup, and if you roll it out in a dishwasher across the rack, it creates a whole nother rack for you. So you could lay out your utensils, or if you need extra space, that's how strong this is.
If you're making any type of a, you know, like the Christmas log, or if you're if you're rolling pastry dough like over Chateaubriand, whatever, you can use it as your roller, almost like a sushi mat.
And
I've done that before too.
Did you really?
Yeah, I did a like a Chateaubriand, but I did, you know, the Wellington.
That makes so much sense.
And you can actually use it like a roller rolling mat for sushi. So there's, I mean, if you're making meatloaf and things like that, line it in plastic wrap, you can roll it and you can make your whole meatloaf.
Well, one of our customers uses it as a tray for their laptop computer because it's slip resistant, right? It won't go anywhere. It sticks right to the countertop. The uses that we're hearing from all of you at home are just
I just think it's brilliant.
I love it.
You know, it's so funny because you and I, we've been in the business together a long time. It's such a simple idea, but it's so well done.
True.
That it works, even for foodies. Like, and it's hard to impress foodies sometimes.
And I have given these as gifts, too.
I know.
They're such great gifts.
All right, you're gonna love it, and it's on sale today, $14.95. Flex pay's only $7.48, and remember, shipping $75. All your shipping is free when it comes to clearance. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, guys.
So good to see you.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays to you, darling.
All right, Mike, can I walk? Let's go see. I think that Kelly's back. Kelly, where are you?
Over here, where are you?
You're around the corner.
I'm where I'm supposed to be, you're
Hi.
not. Hi.
All right, so it's a clearance day. Obviously, it's Christmas Eve day. Merry Christmas to everybody out there. I'm Guy, this is Kelly.
Hi.
Kelly was with us earlier with that amazing bakeware. Cannot wait to get off air and buy that roasting pan.
And it airs one more time, and I bet you it'll be gone. Yep.
Well, I'm gonna get it before somebody else gets it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
you
get in and get
do
it.
that. You get
Let's
it.
talk about egglets. Now, egglets, we've had egglets for a bit now. Why? Because they really work.
Yes.
Anybody out there that loves eggs in all their different formats, right? Whether you like boiled eggs, soft boiled, hard boiled, whatever it is, omelets type things, you're gonna love the egglets because the egglets create the perfect cooked egg every single time. Rather than worrying about shells and worrying about breaking yolks and all that stuff, you can be filling these things up and making the most amazing egg dishes. My favorite, which is, of course, deviled eggs, which I will be making today.
Oh, I made mine yesterday.
My mother will kill me if I don't bring deviled eggs over.
I will put my deviled eggs up against your deviled eggs.
That'll be interesting.
That will be.
That's all I'm going to say. No, we will. We'll have a deviled egg challenge.
should have a deviled egg off.
Well, next time you have one of those girl parties, you can call me and
I'll call you. You can bring me the
we'll do deviled eggs. Anyway, let's tell them what egglets are all about because they're really cool.
Well, it's the hard-boiled egg without the shell.
Yes.
Which is, the shell is the hardest part of hard-boiled eggs, right? And every time you do, your deviled eggs with the shell, you peel off, 800 million billion little pieces, and then they end up ugly. So now you have egglets. Let me take my little spoon and run it around the outside. And now I have cooked my hard-boiled egg to perfection, and I don't have to worry about the shell. So you can use it for salads, you can use it for snacking, you can use it for deviled eggs, whatever the case may be. Let's slice into it. It's gonna be perfectly cooked. You can see that hard cooked white. There's our yolk, and maybe I wanna just add some extra protein to my day. 7 grams of protein, 70 calories. 70 calories
Yeah, I know.
only.
I eat more eggs because you told me that.
It's so true. It's more protein than like a piece of steak, a piece of fish, some chicken breast. I mean, it's so much protein. Well, what does protein do for our bodies? It makes us feel full until the next meal. And so we're not snacking in between meals, but most of us hate to do hard-boiled eggs or hard-cooked eggs. Well, because quite frankly, the shell.
Yeah, I know.
And maybe you have like arthritis or dexterity issues.
Or you just bought eggs that just won't peel. You know what I'm talking about.
Exactly. And now all you do, and I'll show you how to do it when I get into one more. I love it. It's completely hard cooked, but it has a flat bottom because of the way that it's shaped. So you can do deviled eggs that stand on their end.
I love that.
How pretty is that?
I know. That's awesome.
Isn't that fantastic? So you get that perfect cooked hard-boiled egg, and you get it minus any peeling whatsoever. And look at how beautiful. So 70 calories, 7 grams of protein, all 13 essential amino acids, which is like virtually unheard of in a food, all 13 essential amino acids. And all you do is hard cook them the same way you would normally hard cook your eggs, but you remove the shell first. So this is what you're getting. You're getting the deluxe.
Yeah, they look like that.
Which comes with that
That's
tray.
what it looks like.
That's what it looks like. So I'm gonna show you how to do it.
Yep.
So you I just take a little spritz. I mean, you don't have to, it's nice and nonstick on its own.
Makes it easier.
It makes it easier to pop it out. And then you're just gonna take whatever egg that you wanna do, whether it's your farm fresh eggs, whether it's your brown eggs, your organic eggs, whatever. And how many do you wanna make? Do you wanna do 3? Do you wanna do 1? If you wanna do 1, you can just pop the little egglet in itself, like they come out.
Out of the rack.
You don't need the rack. So you can pop it in. Let's do, let me put one over here. And let's do 3, okay? So you pop them in there, and then you just take the lid and you give it a little twist. So you're removing the problem child. For me, the hard-boiled egg shell is the problem child because this makes them ugly, it makes them hard to get out, it makes them hard to peel. You don't wanna do that. Then you just snap on your lids, you take it to your pot, traditional timing, you know, still goes the same. You pop it in there. Obviously, we're using our Kitchen HQ cast iron. I would say about 10 minutes, 10, 11 minutes.
And they're perfect.
And they're perfect.
Every single time.
You pop them out, and then you have these perfectly cooked hard-boiled eggs. But guess what's so great about it? You can even take these in the little egglet itself to work with you in it. So you could take it just like this, throw it in your purse, take a spoon and eat it right out of there for 70 calories, 7 grams of protein, all 13 essential amino acids, or you can pop it out, slice it up, put it on a salad. You could make egg salad with it, whatever the case may be. It comes with that, and the silicone is naturally nonstick. It's also a natural element. Silicone is like on the chemical chart, right? It's not a plastic with all kinds of chemicals, and it's dishwasher safe.
It is so easy to use, and you're not gonna get shells in your eggs because remember, you remove the shell ahead of time by putting it in the egglet, and then you just put the egglet in the water. It's great for if you love poached eggs. If you love eggs Benny, right?
Ready for this?
Look at you ready? Watch.
So we did 6 minutes on this one instead of 11 to the perfect poached runny egg. So you can even do poached eggs in these, right? So these are not just for hard cooked. You just lessen the cooking time, and then you get a perfect poached eggs for your eggs Benedict.
Yummy.
I mean, talk about yummy. And now you're looking fancy when you host the brunch or whatever the case may be. Oh my goodness, how beautiful
and
are
by
those
the way,
eggs.
you don't have to just do hard or soft eggs. Kelly's gonna show you how you can actually make little mini omelets. So if you wanna put cheese or bacon or sausage or whatever and mix them up and then just put them right back in the egglet. Right here. You can make little mini like omelets. And those are so convenient to be able to take to work. I think a lot of people shy away from eggs, bringing them to the office because they're hard to transport. Sure. And it's just inconvenient. This makes it easy.
This makes it easy. They're all dishwasher safe. You don't have to deal with the shell. I love that shot. So this is what Guy is talking about. We took our regular egg, this is actually just egg whites, and then we added some spinach and feta, and we made little personalized omelets. So I could probably easily get through 2, maybe 3 of those in a breakfast, and talk about how healthy, how filling, all the protein, all the essential amino acids I'm getting.
Those are beautiful.
They're gorgeous.
Yeah, they
Imagine
really are.
making these little egg bites for like a breakfast brunch or a bridal shower or something that you're doing in the morning time. You're also getting, this is the deluxe set. This is usually like, I mean, we sold it at $25, maybe?
$24.95.
Yeah.
Yep.
So this is the deluxe set. You're not only getting the egglets with the tray, you're also getting the little omelet cooker. This is a microwave omelet cooker. So this is a 3-egg omelet. I popped it in the microwave for about 90 seconds, and look at that. So this is coming included, circulates the air perfectly, so you get that perfectly cooked omelet, and you're getting the little egg timer.
You know, remember what I told you last time?
It's so cute.
I would pay $24.95 for the egg timer.
The egg timer.
It's
so
shaped
11
like
minutes,
an egg.
It's shaped like an egg. It's red. And you want to do 11 minutes to your hard cooked egg, 6 to 7 minutes for your poach.
That's
coming with the tray, with the omelet cooker, all for $10.95.
This is all about $10.
It's
all right?
crazy.
Try it out. If you were on the fence about it before, try it out. You're gonna love it. I would buy it just to get the egg timer.
It's adorable.
It's small and compact, and it's an egg timer, and it's shaped like an egg.
And it's shaped like an egg.
So you get all this included, even a little recipe book to give you some great ideas. $10, everybody, and FlexPay. 598857 is the item number. Kelly.
All right. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, darling.
Christmas.
Have a great holiday to you and your family.
Thank you.
But grab it. You're going to love the convenience of it. And eggs are so good for you. They are so good for you.
So
hey,
healthy.
quick reminder, you know, Kelly was boiling in our today's special. If you'd like to pick that up from Kitchen HQ, we still have it available. It's our nonstick 4-quart cast iron casserole. Comes with the lid, which you can also use as your grill pan. You'll have it forever. So think about it as $39 on a piece of cookware. You'll have the rest of your life and probably your kids' lives. And maybe then after that as well. It'll be here long before we are. It'll always be there because it is so well made. Oven safe up to 500 degrees. It's the best value of the day. We have choice of colors. There's red, there's teal, there's taupe, there's blue, there's black, there's plum, there's rosé. Are we calling that rose or rosé? I like rosé, but there's the silver. The silver's the one I would get. Anyway, you're gonna love that. Mark did a great job with that. And Mark is back with us right now. So here's the deal. Mostly across the country, except here in the lovely state of Florida. Although it's cold and windy today. It's wintertime. People are all moving indoors, right? And the problem with being indoors is now you don't have as much access to your outdoor grill. Now, You'd love to have that grill flavor inside. Problem is the smoke and the mess. Well, Gotham Steel put together the most amazing. It's called the Deluxe LL Smokeless XL Smokeless Grill. Comes with a little kebab fork so you can do your kebabs. Look at the size. It's perfectly sized. So you can do two full racks of ribs and you can do them in size. It's got technology built in to remove the smoky odors so that you can still cook indoors without the necessity to being right over by your oven fan. You can still do that. $39.98 marked down from $55, only $5.50 to ship it. And those of you that love your burgers and dogs and sausages and all that grilled fish and veggies, you can do it inside.
Well, let's talk about that, because I'm telling you, like I mentioned, it happened. Winter showed up, and if you're a grill guy like me, grip. Yeah. It's tough times. Well, have a look at this. At 18 by 13, Gotham's giving you the perfect size. This is our XL model. And one of the things you're going to notice as we go down the line here to just kind of introduce you to everything, nothing is smoking. You'll see steam, but you will not see smoke. And here's why. Instead of an added motor, instead of a big contraption at the bottom, all we've done is we've let you make your grill completely smokeless by adding a half a cup of water at the bottom. That's it. All you do is put that water in the bottom tray, and then everything that's gonna smoke and flash back goes right into the water, and it's neutralized. So there's no smokeless technology that's gonna break. There's nothing that's gonna break down. And what you've got is Gotham Steel's unwavering perfection in build quality with their cookware. And here's what I mean by that, okay? People are always like, well, what's the build quality like? Is it gonna last? Gotham Steel has been on the shelves at your store for 15 or 20 years. Let's move on. All right? Yeah. Now, the coating is unbelievable. It's ceramic with titanium. So you're gonna see me use some plastic utensils. You'll even see me use some metal ones. It really doesn't matter. That's the build quality that we've got for you. And the heating element, we've embedded all the way through. And what we've done is we've made it cast aluminum. So here's what that's going to do for you. That sausage looks the same as that sausage, looks the same as that sausage, looks the same as that sausage. Your entire grill mark on top of these stuffed French toast sandwiches are perfect. It's not light there, dark there, burnt there, right there. This is even grilling all the way along. And as an added bonus for you guys, happy holidays, have a look at this. We're going to make sure that you get one of our 4-prong kebab forks to go with it as well. They're perfectly fit, they're perfectly suited, and it takes your grilling and cooking repertoire to the next level. Now, people are watching this going, wait a second, is that grill even on? Because there's no smoke, there's steam. Yeah. So to be able to create these incredible dishes, to be able to jump back to the summertime, to be able to make it July in January, is that you know what, the extra large version is so special. Our animation even only has the smaller one. We made this for you guys so you can feed the family, get them going all winter long. You're going to fit a ton of burgers, ton of steaks, and you're not limited to just a couple of things on the kitchen countertop while grilling season is covered in the white stuff. In fact, have a look at this. This is the kind of thing you expect to see at a restaurant.
Beautiful skirt steak.
By the way, we haven't even gotten to cleanup yet. We'll get there. All right. We've got our colors beautifully going on our asparagus. I'm going to pause there. Guys, that's magic. That's like, I'm not much for veggies, but that's candy right there. That's incredible Mark, stuff.
You know what's missing here is that towering smoke coming out.
The towering smoke,
Remember,
exactly.
What we did is we put water underneath. Now, when you put water underneath, the grease and the spatter and the mess that burns, that's where the smoke comes from. Most of this is residual steam, and just a little bit of smoke comes out of it. When it goes down and it hits that water, it puts it out.
Some of the smokeless grills that are out there, add a motor, add a fan, add 16 things that go wrong, cost $60. You've got an incredible piece of technology here, and I want you to have a look here. We haven't even gotten to the power consumption yet, which is something for me that's so incredible, because we've got our grill at 1,100 watts. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, 1,100 watts, that's pretty low. Listen, we've all heard that thing, you know, your hairdryer only takes 1,500 watts. Your you know what the maximum allowable output of your home electric socket is? 1,500 to 1,800 watts. So what we've done is Gotham Steel has taken their incredible R&D department and figured out a way that we can have these incredible results with 1,100 watts. So you're saving time, you're saving power, you're saving energy, and you're getting all of these dishes that you absolutely love. So Guy, I'm going to take this last one and we're going to walk it over to the board here, because for everybody in the country that's under that blanket of snow, that's dealing with that cold, I got to remind you that in a month or so, when the family leaves, everything settles down, and it's just winter, you will pop your best friend in the nose for a taste of a July burger. So I'll tell you what, go ahead, pull out your Gotham steel grill and enjoy that any time you want, guys. That's what it's all about. So now, let's talk about the cleanup. I haven't even gotten to there's so much to talk about here. Yeah. So listen, first of all, there's not a lot of cleanup on some of this food to talk about because it just slips away. This is our world famous ceramic coating with titanium added. And I want you to see this. Are you kidding me with this? That is absolutely gorgeous. And by the way, all of these pieces are stay cool if you have to move it around. Sure. And once you pop the little power control out, it is actually, and this is unbelievable to me, all dishwasher safe. So let's go ahead and really talk about a cleanup.
And you can't do that with some of the other ones that are on the market.
Or a grill.
Built-in electronics and all that. Yeah.
Exactly. So let's go ahead and with 2 forks and a silly notion, I'm going to go and put that there. And the reason why I like doing this dish is because it does leave quite a bit. Why am I doing it with a fork? What's wrong with you, Mark?
Let's just take your time, Mark.
Guys, like, what is happening
we have
here?
all day.
We have all day. It's clearance day. Have some fun. So have a look here.
This is left a mess.
Right, but this is what I need you to see. And I said this earlier today, you'll hear me say it again, no matter how good something works, no matter how much you love it, if it's hard to clean, you're done with it. Well, I want you to watch this. If I wanted to just keep grilling, all I'm gonna do is just give this a wipe. That famous ceramic coating just laughs at this stuff. It doesn't care that it's there. We're just gonna give it a little bit of a rub, a little bit of a wipe. Think about how burnt on that is.
Look at that.
And think about how much you have to rub and scrub that out on the grill. So now that I'm ready to go again, I'm gonna crank this up to high, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna keep that indoor experience going that emulates the outdoor with our kebab forks. Is that beautiful?
You have a lot of room to cook on the top of this as well. Because if you look at how much food is on here, I mean, that's enough. Those are enough appetizers for 8 to 10 people, at least, or dinners, right?
Exactly,
so
right.
if you want to cook indoors and you still want the grill flavor, and you get that because you still get the residual searing on the grill, which creates that sort of semi-burnt taste, which adds to the charcoal flavor of whatever it is that you're cooking. Once the sugars come out of the food, you still get that. But you don't get the inordinate amount of smoke that you get outside because remember, grease goes down into a flame or down onto charcoal outside.
Right.
And then that is completely combustible into smoke.
Right.
This is eliminated because you put water in the level in the water drip pan, and as the grease goes down, it essentially quells the fire, turns it out.
Exactly.
It turns it out, and then you're good to go. And by the way, you can do anything on here. You can do grilled cheese. Look at that.
And what I love is how evenly it cooks. The fact that we've embedded this grill plate is a type of technology that you see in indoor grills that, I mean, not only just on a clearance day, but even our regular price far exceeds it. So let me take you on a little bit of a tour here, okay? First things first, that base is stay cool, completely dishwasher safe. The removable water tray is dishwasher safe. Now, what you're gonna do to make your grill smokeless is add 1/2 a cup of water in there. How's that for technical? 1/2 cup of water. And you've gone and eliminated the need for motors and fans and little vacuum smoke suckers that are built into these things that break and cost a bunch of money. So now the grill plate fits on top. Everything is stay cool on the side here in case you have to move it around. All we're missing now is our heat control. And we've made this as simple as we possibly can. Low, medium, high, and warm. That's really all there is to it. You're going to crank it up to super high. We figure out how to make this 1100 watts into 450 to 500 degrees so you can get an incredible sear. And this is the best thing that I can think of to show you. This grill is on. If you can have a look here, it's on high. We've got pork, chicken, and fruit, and there isn't one scratch of smoke. So when you're cooking inside and you want to do something a little bit different, a little bit special, go ahead and let your imagination run wild. You've got the tools that this is 2 days now that I've fought with this silly container. Perfect. It comes out and
all right. So it's fresh herbs.
It's fresh herbs.
Look at this.
Check this out. Guys, you know how much heat it takes to properly caramelize fruit? I was shocked when I started working with fruit on a grill. I'd put watermelon on there at the same temperature I had burgers. I'm like, what's going on? So if you want to do this kind of incredible thing inside, you want to make sure that you've got a grill that is going to create those temperatures for you. And have a look here. I mean, this is serious business when it comes time to clean up. I love this. This is the natural sugars, the fats, all the burnt on little gizmos that came from the fruit and everything else. And all you're going to do is just give this a wipe. Now, this is if you're in between cooks and you just want to keep going. Just give it a little wipe. It's beautiful. You're going to throw some food on there and keep going. If you're all done, take the heat control out and put it all in the dishwasher.
You know, it's nice too. You're looking at the square inches here. You could probably do 10 hamburgers at least 15, 20 hot dogs, right?
Yeah,
you put them in that way. So if you're just having kids over, grandkids, whatever it is, and you want to just whip up a couple of burgers for them, before you grab a saute pan, put this on. Remember, you can put this anywhere. It doesn't need any kind of a venting system because you've got water in the pan, and that keeps the smoke down to a minimum. So if you want to grill all year, you know, a lot of us like our ribs here, you know, you go buy pre-cooked packaged ribs, but you got to heat them up and they don't have that smoky flavor yet.
Ever.
So you put them on here like we did with the ribs over there, and then you get that extra layer of flavor. And the cleanup is a wet towel. Honestly, that's all we use. We're not even using soap and water. We're using a wet towel.
So now I needed to come back here really quick just because things on this grill cook so fast. I'm kind of keeping an eye out here. This is our kebab forks. You know what? We've all seen indoor grills. When have you ever seen the ability to be able to put kebabs on there? And we've got a quad fork for you. Have a look here. It's that quad fork technology. I'm going to flip that over, and you've got the beautiful sear marks beginning to happen. Our chicken's perfect. Our beef is perfect. Look at this, you guys. 1,100 watts, not 1,800. And this is doing the exact job I wanted. I just put that on a couple seconds ago.
You get the fork.
You do get the fork with it. Merry Christmas to you. And have a look here. This is our steak that we took off a little while ago.
The fork.
There's so much going on.
It's brilliant. No, it's a kebab fork.
And 4 of them. So you can have a good time with that. Different foods on different things. This is our steak that we were letting rest. Again, the food's here, so let's keep keep on cutting, keep on enjoying. We've got our steak here. Let me take this off. There's that sear that you're going to get. That's that July sear that you're going to get in January, February, March, April. No gas, no bugs, no charcoal.
Let me give you the breakdown. So normally $55. Today, $39.98. If you get, you know what? Let's do the $20 gift card. Let's do that real quick, Kevin. Let's throw that up there. So if you're a brand new customer and you get an HSN credit card today, they're going to put $20 in your account. And you can use that for anything. If you use it for this, now you're getting it for $19.98.
Amazing.
What? So use that on any purchase. You'll love it. If you pick this up today, you can do that. Don't forget about FlexPay. You can take advantage of that. You can try this for the next month and a half before you have to return it end of January. So we still have our extended return, even though we're running out of time. If you would love to get this, we encourage it. You know, I love to cook in so many different ways. I love to cook outside, but it's not always a perfect day. You know, here in Florida, it's too hot to cook outside.
Sometimes.
Most places it's too cold. But here in Florida, we deal with that. And the key element to this is the element itself. And I will tell you that. The element runs through the actual grate. It's not underneath. So the heat is in direct contact with the food.
Always.
So that's why Mark is getting these great sear marks and great color. And we put water on the little tray underneath.
Exactly.
And that's why we're not getting any spatter
now,
under there.
I want you to have a look at these 2 breakfast dishes I served up. I know it just seems quick and simple and all that kind of stuff, but here's what I want you to ask yourself. I bet you a kajillion bucks that you can't tell what part of the grill this came off of. That means that this grill has no hot spots, no cold spots. It's completely even all the way through. So whether you've got that, that beautiful crust on the sausage, whether the top of this is just nicely crispy and caramelized, and you've got that beautiful stuffed cream cheese and fruit on the inside, the bottom line is how it looks, how it tastes, is perfect every time. And let's get away, I mean, breakfast, dinner, lunch, all that kind of stuff, but I mean, seriously, isn't this what we're doing here? 2 giant racks of ribs.
I'd like to have ribs and cream cheese French toast.
We're gonna open up a new breakfast restaurant.
Bobby, is that okay? I can have whatever I want, right? It's Christmas Eve. I should be able to have whatever I want. Jorge, I should be able to eat anything.
I love it.
Did you see me? I put sour cream on top of the pot roast. They thought I was crazy. I'm like, you try it one time with noodles, and you'll put sour cream on your pot roast the rest of your life.
Put it on pizza, they'll stick you. They don't like when I do that.
Pretty much put sour cream on a shoe, and I'd probably eat it.
Have a look at that, you guys. That's your cleanup, and it's perfect every time.
Gosh, wow. All right, well, today is clearance day. I'm so thankful that you joined me today, but I encourage you to hang out because the lovely, wonderful, sweet, amazing Bobby Ray is coming up next. Woo! Merry Christmas, darling. She's coming up next, and I know she's got more great stuff. You got kitchen? Yes. More kitchen clearance. You believe the prices on all this stuff today? It is crazy. So it's a great day to be shopping with us, and I encourage you to get lots of great things at great values, and also to have an incredibly wonderful holiday season. This is it for me until after Christmas. So enjoy your holidays. Drive safe if you're traveling. I hope you enjoy peace and fulfillment and happiness and all that great stuff. Mr. Gill, thank you, sir.
I hope you enjoy some burgers.
Merry Christmas to you, buddy. Good to see you. Stick around. Happy holidays. Bobby Ray's coming up next. Enjoy, everybody. We'll see you.
We're partnering with St. Jude Children's Research Hospital so that families never receive a bill for treatment, travel, housing, or food. This holiday season marks HSN's 10th annual HSN Cares Designer Ornament Collection, including more than 20 exclusive ornaments designed by some of your favorite HSN guests. With the purchase of every ornament, HSN Cares will donate $5 to St. Jude, because all a family should worry about is helping their child live. Here at HSN, we base our retail values on nationwide information. Retail value is an indication of the price you would expect to pay for the same or similar item elsewhere, not the price at which you would be able to sell the item. Prices do vary around the country, so ours might be different from prices in your area. For more information, call one of our customer service reps at 1-800-284-3900.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Bobby Ray Carter, so I'm going to continue all of the great kitchen clearance fun. And just like Guy mentioned, the hours are packed with incredible values, and I have to tell you about one that's coming up a little bit later on. So this is the mixer that you have been looking for and waiting for forever from Geek Chef. First of all, not only a customer pick, perfect 5-star reviews at hsn.com. And you look at it and go, well, that's small, but let me tell you what, it is so amazingly mighty. It has